Hello, welcome to part 36 of this Airbnb Clone Ruby on Rails series. And in last video, we had set up this template or this code, Tailwind code for each and every property page. Along with that, we had made sure that if there are no reviews, it will write no reviews yet. You can find that code you can go to my previous video. In that, I have shared the link of my GitHub commit also, so you can directly use that code if you don't want to dive deep into the Tailwind CSS part. So now we have to set these values correctly. Okay, so how can we do that? This value is already set, but there is one issue, which is I noticed it later, that we are using that property model here and we are using only property here, right? So this is the parameter that we have passed when we were writing this render part. So the property is coming from that. This property name is getting used here, and that property is coming from our controller. So what I will do is I won't use this from our controller. I'll keep it simple and use it from our parameter only. And if there are any other instance, no, there are not. Let me say refresh and the result is same. Now we have to focus on the average of cleanliness, accuracy, check-in, communication, location, value, right? So let's try to solve this in our terminal first. Let's go to Rails console. This is property number 5 and we already know the average. So let's grab this property, find. Okay, by the way, there is one interesting question that I read somewhere in Ruby on Rails interview questions. If we use find and if this property is not available, it will give record not found exception. Okay, but if we use find by ID and then we use 5, and if the record is not available, the 5th property is not available, then it will give nil. So it's a nice thing to understand. So now we'll go to property, dot, we'll pluck, we'll get all the reviews, and instead of printing all the reviews, we'll pluck only its property, which is cleanliness. Okay, I'm focused on that only right now. If that one works out, we can go to others also. It's incorrect because I think it is cleanliness rating. Yes, so it is 12112. Great. So there are 5, right? So total sum of this is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7. 7 divided by 5, because there are 5 entries. 7 divided by 5 is 1.4. So the average of these should be 1.4. Now let's try to write one code, which is property.reviews.average, and we can grab which column we want to average, right? So we can grab these cleanliness rating, enter dot to underscore f, or so it's 1.4, which is correct. So let's try to use this. There are 2 ways we can use it. We can directly write this code in our view, but I want to keep it a bit clean. It depends, like if it is getting only used in one HTML ERB file, and if there is not much logic in it, it's fine if you keep it in view, but if it is getting shared somewhere, it's better to keep it in model. We'll keep it in property model to keep the code clean. So let's go to our models, property model, and below this I'll write definition, average cleanliness rating, and end this, and we can write, oh, this is incorrect, cleanliness rating. Average cleanliness rating. Now we can directly access this. So let's go where we had written 4.8 in our cleanliness. Instead of that, we'll use this embedded Ruby code, and inside that we'll access our property model, and from that we will write average cleanliness rating, Let's see, refresh, and it is 1.4. Maybe we want to round it up. Let me check Airbnb. Let's go to one of the properties, scroll 4.9. It's round up to 1, right? So dot round 1, if in case it ends up being more. Okay, so this is first part. So what we can do is we can replicate this for others also. Average accuracy rating, copy these two, once more. So we have 6 now. Check-in, after accuracy there is check-in. So average check-in rating, communication. So average communication rating, average location rating. So it can be location, and finally value. Value rating. Let's try to use them similar to this. Let's minimize this one, go to accuracy, paste this, and use average accuracy rating. Let's refresh. There is error. Why is there error? Undefined average accuracy. Okay, typo. Refresh. It is 3.2. Great. Let's copy this, paste, and we'll write check-in instead of accuracy. Check-in. For communication, paste. Let's write communication. So you see, only at the start of the project it becomes a bit hectic to manage things. By that I mean that earlier we had used final rating. So at that first moment it might have been a bit hard to figure out how to write this code, but later on it becomes easy, right? You just have to start things and then it automatically becomes easy. I started this project just to learn Ruby on Rails in depth, as I thought that if I teach it on YouTube, I will learn a bit more better and grasp more knowledge, and I'll have to study more basically. So yeah, value average value rating, location underscore rating. Let's refresh, see all these values: 1.4, 3.2, 3.8, 2.4, 3.2, 2.8. Let's check for accuracy and make sure that it is actually correct. So we'll again go to our Rails console, but this time we'll plug accuracy rating, all the values for this. So 5, 2, 3, 2, 4, 7 plus 3, 10, 10 plus 6 is 16, 16 divided by 5 is 3.2, which is correct. Okay, because we are dividing by 5, all these numbers are coming with only one value. So let's go to some other property, 1 decimal point. This is also correct. Sorry, this is the, why is this property same? Let's change to 6, 3.3, 3.5, 3.4, correct. And we can cross verify this with taking averages of this, maybe. Let's do this. Calculator. I'm not using decimal, I'm directly using this values: 14, 32, 38. 14 plus 32 plus 38 plus 2 to type it a bit quicker, plus 24, 32, 28. 24 plus 32 plus 28 divide by 6, 2.8, which we haven't used decimal, so divide by 10, which is 2.8. This is 2.8. So yeah, it is working correctly. Now we have to set up this overall rating. Let me check the time. It's good. So okay, no worries, I'll stop this here. This is just a small thing, and last video was too long, so I'll just take break for 10 minutes. Thank you. Bye bye.